MotoGP legend Jorge Lorenzo has dropped a bombshell, exposing how Marc Marquez cleverly adopted the psychological tactics of the maestro Valentino Rossi to forge an unshakable mental edge. This explosive analysis goes beyond speed on the track. It's about how Marquez studied, absorbed and refined Rossi's strategies to dominate the sport. Get ready to see MotoGP from a thrilling new perspective. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more exclusive content uncovering the hidden side of MotoGP. MotoGP is more than just racing. It's a battlefield where mental fortitude, strategy, and raw talent collide. Valentino Rossi, with 9 world championships, is renowned as a charismatic icon who captivated fans and intimidated rivals with his charm. Meanwhile, Marc Marquez, boasting 8 world titles, emerged as a fearless young rider with a distinct approach. Jorge Lorenzo, a former teammate of Rossi and a rival to Marquez, offers a unique perspective on the dynamic between these two titans. In his analysis, Lorenzo reveals that their fierce rivalry transcends the track. It's a complex game of minds. Lorenzo describes Rossi as naturally open, highly intelligent, very friendly, and blessed with innate charisma from a young age. Rossi's charisma wasn't just a tool to win fans' hearts, it was a weapon to disrupt his rivals' focus. He masterfully used media, interviews, and public interactions to craft narratives that worked in his favour. Marquez, on the other hand, is portrayed as more reserved, but no less competitive. Despite their contrasting personalities, Lorenzo highlights a shared trait. Both are fiercely competitive and will do whatever it takes to win. This relentless drive for victory forms the core of their psychological strategies. The heart of Lorenzo's revelation is a stunning claim. Marquez deliberately mirrored Rossi's communication and psychological tactics to build his dominance. Marquez has copied what works and integrated it into his own communication tools, Lorenzo disclosed. This isn't just about mimicking riding styles, but adopting how Rossi used media and public interactions to shape perceptions and control narratives. Rossi was a master at creating psychological pressure, whether through sharp-witted media comments or a laid-back demeanor that made rivals feel underestimated. Marquez astutely studied this approach and adapted it to suit his own personality. Initially known as an emotional and outspoken rider, Marquez often reacted impulsively to on-track incidents. However, Lorenzo notes a significant shift in recent years. The silence Marc now shows toward Valentino has been very beneficial for his growth, Lorenzo explains. Marquez learned to harness his emotions and use silence as a weapon. Instead of being baited by Rossi's provocations, like the infamous Sepang 2015 clash, Marquez now responds with his performance on the track. This approach allows him to stay focused and turn pressure into motivation. To illustrate Marquez's mindset, Lorenzo draws a striking comparison with football superstar Lionel Messi. For him, Messi is a role model in this regard, Lorenzo says. Just as Messi remains composed amidst hostile crowds, Marquez has learned to stay unruffled by criticism or provocation. An iconic moment when Marquez flaunted his Ducati kit at Misano in front of fervent Italian fans echoes Messi proudly displaying his Barcelona jersey at the Santiago Bernabeu. Both athletes share the ability to transform pressure into extraordinary performance, using their rivals' taunts as fuel for victory. This comparison is more than a metaphor. It highlights how Marquez, like Messi, has developed remarkable mental resilience. Rather than retaliating with words, Marquez lets his on-track actions speak. His strategic silence toward Rossi, especially after past conflicts, is proof of his evolution into a rider who is not only fast, but also psychologically astute. MotoGP isn't just about bike speed or technical skill. It's a sport where mental toughness often determines the winner. Lorenzo, having faced both riders on the track, understands the importance of mind games. Rossi pioneered using the media to create favourable narratives, often delivering seemingly innocent comments designed to unsettle opponents. A classic example is his 2015 feud with Marquez, where Rossi publicly accused Marquez of sabotaging his title chase. This statement piled immense pressure on the then young and less experienced Marquez, who struggled to navigate such psychological warfare. But Marquez learned from this. Instead of remaining a target for Rossi's provocations, he adopted a more controlled approach. Lorenzo emphasizes that Marquez now uses adversity as motivation. When faced with criticism or pressure, Marquez no longer responds with emotion, but with victories on the track. This marks a significant departure from the impulsive Marquez of old. The Marquez we know today is a product of experience, learning, and adaptation. Lorenzo stresses that Marquez didn't just copy Rossi, but refined his tactics. While Rossi used charisma to win fans and intimidate rivals, Marquez developed his own version, a blend of strategic silence and aggressive on-track action. This approach keeps him focused on his goal, winning, without being distracted by off-track drama. A defining moment showcasing this evolution was Marquez's move to Ducati in 2023. Many doubted his ability to compete on a bike not tailored to his style, yet Marquez silenced critics with stellar performances, including a victory at Misano that symbolized his resilience. The moment he displayed his Ducati kit to Italian fans was a bold statement. He didn't just survive the pressure, he thrived in it. Valentino Rossi is more than a rider. He's a cultural phenomenon who transformed MotoGP into a global sport. His influence extends beyond the track, setting a new standard for what it means to be a champion. Marquez, a Rossi admirer since childhood, was clearly inspired by the legend's approach. What makes Lorenzo's revelation so compelling is how Marquez didn't just admire Rossi, but analyzed and adopted his strategies for his own gain. Lorenzo explains that Marquez integrated Rossi's tactics into his own approach. This means Marquez didn't blindly copy, but selectively applied the most effective elements, tailoring them to his personality and riding style. For instance, while Rossi used interviews to shape narratives, Marquez prefers to let his race results speak. Yet, behind his silence lies a carefully calculated strategy to maintain focus and control emotions. Lorenzo's analysis reveals a fundamental truth about MotoGP. Victory isn't just about speed, but mastering the mental game. Marquez has proven he's not only a gifted rider, but a sharp learner. By adopting and refining Rossi's tactics, he's crafted a unique winning formula: aggression on the track, silence off it, and the ability to turn pressure into motivation. Lorenzo's perspective invites us to view MotoGP through a new lens. It's not just about who's fastest, but who's mentally toughest. The Rossi-Marquez rivalry, one of MotoGP's greatest stories, underscores the sport's complexity. A clash of two larger-than-life personalities, two racing philosophies, and two approaches to victory. What do you think of Lorenzo's revelation? Do you agree that Marquez has mastered Rossi's psychological game? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more exclusive MotoGP content. Share your favorite moments from the Rossi-Marquez rivalry, and let's discuss how this psychological warfare continues to shape MotoGP history.